support system. As we all know, population is getting increased. Okay, it will definitely reach 10 billion by 2050, and it is expected in another 10 years 11 million. Okay, so with the current agricultural system, the food production will become more, the situation will become more scarcity. To avoid that, also we need to do lot of revolution on the agriculture. Mainly, when there is no agriculture, we cannot have food. Correct? And when the population alone is getting increased, and when the agriculture is going down, again there will be a scarcity for food for various forms. You may take the agriculture directly for your food, or the product whatever is being generated from the agriculture will be processed and will be supplied in the form of various food. Right? Even potato chips are இருந்தாலும் you need vegetables. Right? Or ketchup are இருந்தாலும் you are using something which comes out of the agriculture. To use oil for agriculture, for food also, you require vegetables. Vegetable or the agriculture is very much needed on all the forms. Right? So that is the reason the agriculture needs to be improved. In a sense, the yield or the productivity of the agricultural system needs to be improved. The percentage, currently if you assume that it is only some 50%, it needs to be improved at least to 75% as proportionately the population is getting increased. You need to know why we need to much focus on the agricultural system, mainly to have food. Okay, fine. So now, as we are saying, smart farming. So the technology, ICT, information technology is going to take over the agricultural system. In a sense, it is not going to replace you completely. It is going to support you. It is going to support you. So when the percentage of production is somewhat around 50%, when you are able to incorporate IT into the agricultural system, if it goes to at least 80%, you get a better profit product out of it. So we are utilizing various information technologies to improve the agricultural system, not just to replace the labor, not just to replace the human being. What can be done by the human if the percentage of the efficiency produced by the human is some 10%, with the support of technology, it can go to 50%. So you are able to improve the efficiency. As simple as that. Okay, fine. So in that, that's what here I have mentioned. Green revolution is very much important. Already the smart farming is called as agriculture 4.0 because we have incorporated lot of IT technologies into agricultural system, but that needs to be improved a lot. Okay, so when artificial intelligence or IoT comes into everywhere on all the agricultural system, because it is not existing everywhere, only in few countries completely it is of smart farming, whereas country like us, we don't have smart farming. Okay, we are slowly introducing one by one the machineries and the technologies. So when it comes completely, whatever the outcome you expect or whatever the efficiency you expect from the agricultural system will be achieved. Okay, so yeah, artificial intelligence and IoT are the main technologies which is helpful for the green revolution. Green revolution is required to improve the productivity of the agricultural system. Why productivity needs to be improved? Since population is getting increased. So population should be directly proportional to the food. Okay, when the people are getting increased, that much amount of food is also required. Otherwise, poverty everywhere. Okay, to avoid that, the food production needs to be improved. Fine. So where and all I is playing important role, or where and all I can incorporate artificial intelligence into my agricultural system. Automated farming activities. Any activity can be automated. So you don't have to have any human assistance. You just set a timer. You can have various sensors that will observe, that will collect the data, and the data will be analyzed accordingly. The system can be automated. For example, it can be an irrigation system. It supply more water for them. Okay, accordingly you have to choose the irrigation system. When you are having a combination of irrigation system, at time depending upon the soil moisture again may vary, depends upon the external weather. When it is normal, it is not very hot sunny days, that time moisture will not be evaporated much. It will stay for some time. Okay, when it is extremely hot, even in the morning you supply the water for your crops, by evening it will be completely dry. The water level will go off on the soil. So my sensors will observe the condition of the soil moisture. Accordingly the irrigation will be performed. Water will be supplied, and what type of irrigation needs to be applied, those things could be automated rather than you go and physically monitor everything and then enable something. Rather than doing all, if it is automated, if AI is supporting for the complete automation of any of the farming activities, it is not only that, okay, on all the activities, you can even check the nutrient level. When the nutrient level is less, accordingly that could be boosted. So you may have some other system which will be able to enhance the nutrients level in the crops or the moisture. So that needs to be first checked, and then my system has to decide which nutrient has to be provided. So in such a way, rather than me doing everything, if my system is going to do, so the efficiency will be increased. Okay, that all these things are applicable when I am having a large amount of land, large scale of land. Next, coming to identification of pest and disease outbreak before occurring. Okay, so always we will have that question, this COVID-19 break, before itself, beforehand, if you were knowing, you would have taken vaccination, so that lot of lives could have been reduced, right? So we were not knowing beforehand itself, so we had to face lot of loss. Similarly here, if you know after getting, so far when we were discussing, when some particular kind of insects, pest or pathogen comes on the crops, they will analyze what kind of pest it is. Accordingly, we will give a treatment. Suppose beforehand itself, if it is December, it may be possible for a particular pest to attack. If it is hot sunny days, it may be like we know, right? Winter time there will be lot of mosquitoes, so we take a proper measure, okay, protective measure. Summer time, what we are supposed to do, like that enough we know to take care of ourselves. Similarly for the plants, we know beforehand itself what kind of pest or disease may attack my plants, I will be able to protect. If my AI is doing all these things, predicting a particular pest or a disease, I can protect my crops. Okay. Next, managing crop quality. So my AI through sensors, like sensor is observing the thing and AI acts accordingly. Okay. So if it is able to identify the crop quality, rather than going and seeing the less amount of yield after the harvesting, I could have taken care during when it is growing itself. During the growth period itself, it observes every stage the quality of the crop can be improved. Okay, that may be in the form of providing the nutrients, avoiding disease, avoiding pest and all those things. Okay, and when the crop quality is too good, yield also will be more. When the crop quality is just average, that you can see, like when you are growing one or two plants at your home also, that may be brinjal or lady's finger or even greens. If it is of very good quality, the vegetable size and all will be bigger, it will be very nice. If the quality is less, the proper, resources are not given properly to my plant, obviously the yield will be less. Forget about all the vegetables, even this table rows. Table rows normally children used to grow at home. That also, if it is getting proper sunlight, number of plants will be more than when it is kept in the shade. Got it? So, quality of the crop needs to be monitored. So, that is possible with the AI. Monitoring biotic, whatever the nutrients, whatever the biological requirements for the available, whether it is happening properly, those things. Okay. Next, coming to automated irrigation system that I already explained. So this will be giving you lot of support for the smart farming, reducing production cost of vegetables. So when I am having an automated irrigation system, otherwise if there is no automated irrigation system, I may have to involve some human factors over there. Human components must be there to irrigate my plants. Imagine it is a 5 or 6 acres of land. So you will require more number of people to monitor that. So there, my initial cost of the deploying the system will be more, but it will continue forever with proper maintenance. So my production cost of the vegetable will be average. Okay, so it will not go high. Production cost to grow that, to get a yield, what is the amount I am spending for it. So that could be reduced with the support of automated irrigation system. Maintaining average vegetable yields. I will be able to maintain in the sense increase the amount of yield. Production cost can be reduced and amount of yield could be increased by going for the automated irrigation system. Because why we give more attention for irrigation? If you are having all other things, without water we can't do anything. Without a proper water supply, we will not be able to get the expected yield out of my crops. So this is possible with the automated irrigation system. Minimizing environmental impacts. This is what I said. When it is very hard, when my irrigation system is automated, because I am out of station. Okay, I was not knowing what exactly is the temperature of my region of land, field. So I will be thinking that even in Chennai itself we see some area it will be raining, some area it will be very, very hot. And among Tamil Nadu, within Tamil Nadu if you see, some regions it can be very hot, some regions will be quite good, some regions will be cold. Okay, in a particular period of time itself. So suppose if I am in a place where the place is very cold and my land is in a place where it is very, very hot, I will not be able to understand how much amount of hot it is, what will be the soil moisture level. I have told my worker to supply water once in 2 days, thinking that it is not very hot, it is normal only. But the thing is that it is very, very hot, water was not sufficient when I supply water once in 2 days. Get my point? But if the system is automated, it will observe the soil nature, moisture, accordingly it will irrigate. It will not wait for once in 2 days. Okay, collects the data from the sensor what I have deployed under the ground or on the ground to observe the moisture level of the soil. Okay, so my system sees that, accordingly it will take a decision 2 days or 3 days. It will be too long for this. Immediately the water needs to be supplied. Irrigation has to be on. Correct? So that is possible with my automated minimizing environmental impacts. Similarly, I have told my worker to plant my water every day, but it's raining. Water is already available, but still whatever the instruction I have given is doing. Okay, if that is the case, what will happen? It will be of more water. In turn, my water is getting wasted too. Okay, so the environmental impacts will be taken care by automated thing. So next, low labor input for irrigation and the maintenance. Okay, so labor input could be reduced when it is automated, because that will be able to see the data, current data, accordingly it will work. Okay, so that I don't have to inspect my system so frequently. Next, substantial water saving. By doing all these things, I will be able to protect the water. So when it is necessary alone, I can use. As in the traditional system, my worker is going to supply water once in every 2 days. There it is not at all necessary. But he doesn't think about it. It is not necessary. According to my instruction, he will be supplying water. Obviously, water is getting wasted. So I am even able to focus on sustainability of the resource. Okay. Next, coming to AI in the precision farming system itself. Various types of sensors will be there, and where we will deploy that also varies according to the requirement. Okay, so when you want to know the water quality, so your sensor needs to be deployed under the ground. When you want to know only the above ground level soil control, it needs to be deployed above the ground level. Or you want to see, suppose if it is tree, okay, so trees growth you want to see, leaf condition and flowering condition, fruiting condition. For that your sensor needs to be deployed somewhere else. Depending upon the requirement, the sensor, different sensors will be used and different places it will be deployed. Okay, so mainly we use the sensors as temperature, light, humidity, soil moisture. Okay, so these four are the mandatory things. With those mandatory sensors, we will be able to monitor the crop health. Crop health. So crop health, I don't have to explain again and again. Crop health means quality of the crop. Sufficient nutrients are available or not. So when it comes to the flowering stage, I will be knowing what is the amount of flower my particular crop has to give to get a better yield. When it is getting reduced, what I can do to increase the flowers, number of flowers in a crop. Only then that will be turned as vegetable, and then whatever I expect from my plant. So through AI remote sensors, I will be able to control or monitor my crop health. AI for harvesting crops. So there are so many machines are there that could be controlled by artificial intelligence for the harvesting, so that we can avoid problem for the laborers. Okay, so when we are using various things like traditional farming system, if you see நிறைய யூஸ் பண்ணி தான் கட் பண்ணுவாங்க. அது ரைஸ் கிரவுண்ட்னா அதுக்கு ஒரு மாதிரி, கிரவுண்ட் நட்னா அது டிஃப்ரெண்ட் டைப் திங், ஆர் வேறு வெஜிடபிள்ஸ்னா அதுக்கு டிஃப்ரெண்ட், அண்ட் சம் வெஜிடபிள்ஸ்லாம் தான்ஸ்லாம் இருக்கும், அதுலேருந்து அவங்கள ப்ரொடெக்ட் பண்ணிக்கணும். சம்டைம்ஸ் இட் வில் பி a problem, and inside the field there will be a dangerous creatures also, பாம்பு இருக்கலாம், இல்லை some other things also இருக்கலாம். So we can say we can protect people from the this kind of attacks during harvesting. Okay, so there if I deploy a machine which is controlled, which is functioning by artificial intelligence, it will be helpful. We can save the people, and at the same time consuming will be less when I go with the machineries. Next, decision support system for field prediction using AI. So artificial intelligence and decision system. So everything is a part of our computer science only. So it will be functioning in the form of a programming, and we use the artificial intelligence in a machine. So machine functions like us. Okay. So to act like the machine, you have studied already neural networks and all. So the program or the system is trained in such a way that what the human can do. So we know that, right? Neural network, when you are walking towards something, you see some dangerous thing over there, immediately you come back. Your brain instructs you to don't go further. Okay, that is the decision you are taking on the spot. You are not doing something on your plan. Okay, you have to go this way. You are seeing a monkey, again you will go towards that. No, and immediately it instructs me to just scream by seeing an animal. Either by my sound it may run away, or somebody will come to protect me. That is the thing my brain instructs me. The same thing my system has to do. Okay, so motor is on, but there is no sufficient water in the well. What will happen? Motor is on, but there is no much sufficient water in the well. Motor will be affected. தண்ணி இல்லாம மோட்டார் சும்மா ஓடிட்டு இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா it will be problem. And at the same time, water level is suddenly increased where you have kept the machine, where you have kept your motor. That also affect your motor. So these things and that I myself have to instruct. எனக்கு தெரியும் suddenly there is a big amount, large amount of rainfall, என்னோட motor level தாண்டி வந்திருக்கும், so my motor may get spoiled. If it is is getting spoiled, I cannot take off the water from the well. Any farmer will do that. Immediately அதை adjust பண்றதுக்கு என்ன பண்றது? இல்ல உடனே மோட்டார் போட்டு தண்ணியை வெளியில எடுத்துறணும். அந்த லெவலை தாண்டி வரக்கூடாது. இல்ல தண்ணியே இல்லாத போது நீ switch on பண்ணியிருந்தாலும் it will spoil. அது வந்து burn ஆயிடும். So these things and all we know, but how the system knows? So my AI incorporated with the decision support system, it must be able to take a decision. நீ கொடுக்கிற ட்ரைனிங்கை பேஸ் பண்ணி it will be able to decide on its own. Such decision making can also be done with my decision support system. So field prediction, நான் சொன்னது ஒரே ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள். இந்த மாதிரி so many areas where it can take on its own decision. அது irrigation இருக்கலாம், இல்ல வந்து harvesting stage இருக்கலாம், whatever it may be. It is continuously doing the harvesting at certain area, okay, where it is ரொம்ப crowded இருக்கிற ஒரு பிளேஸ்ல crops பார்த்தீங்கன்னா சரியான growth இல்ல. Okay, there is no much space between the crops. There the sufficient growth is not there. But you have enabled the harvesting, it is going good, but on certain regions it is not grown up well. So my machine is continuously doing that. Also it is waste. There is no yield at all, but still it is doing a harvesting. But it must know here there is no proper growth. So I should avoid this area. I should take diversion. I should go to some other place where all grown up things are there. Okay. Finally, AI driverless tractor. What is this? There won't be any driver. Normally for any purpose. It may be for the transportation, for the fertilizer, or for sowing the seed. Whatever it may be, we may use tractors. So without a driver, autonomous tractors can be deployed for the improvement of the agricultural system. And then AI for aiding. What is weed in agriculture? Weed man. Weed man. Yes. Weed. Grass. Satish. Weeding man. Along with the crops what I have planted, some other thing also will be there. So that will take all the nutrients of my crops. So that will grow so nicely and this will go down. So that is the reason on all the stages, at least in the earlier stages, when this crop starts coming out, and at that stage definitely there will be weeds. வீட்டுக்குள்ளே பிளான்டேஷன் பண்ணிங்கன்னா ஏதாவது ஒன்று போடும்போது கூட ஏதாவது செய்து வளரும். ஓகே, ஸோ அது இதை சாப்பிடும். ஸோ we need to remove that. That is also very very important process. That may happen. அது எப்படி வருது அப்படின்னா along with my seed it may come, or due to some birds or other creatures also it may come to my land. So that may grow nicely and it will affect the growth of my crops. So that needs to be removed, for which AI can be helpful. So these are all the places or the domains where AI can play important role in the agricultural system for the betterment of the production of yield. Okay, shall we continue?